Hi everyone. Now we are going to discuss about Kingdom Animalia. The name itself indicates Kingdom Animalia. It means it includes the animals and organisms. We are dividing the Kingdom Animalia into different subkingdoms, grades, divisions and subgrades based on the different parameters. Now before going to the Kingdom Animalia classification, we have to know about the Kingdom Animalia. As we know, Animalia always includes the organisms and then animals we are saying. Animalians always undergoes nutrition by the heterotrophic and then holozoic. The term holozoic always indicate which includes the ingestion mode of nutrition. That means taking the food internally. That is the ingestion mode of nutrition. Mostly Animalia organisms in which the reserve food material will be mostly glycogen, and very important point here, in the Animalia kingdom organisms cell wall is absent. Most of the animal cells will not be consisting of a cell wall. Now if we see the classification of the kingdom Animalia, first we will classify all the things and then we will explain every step here. Now kingdom Animalia we are dividing into two subkingdoms mainly. They includes Parazoa and Eumetazoa. Parazoa and Eumetazoa. This Eumetazoa again we are dividing into two grades, Radiata and Bilateria. This Bilateria again we are dividing into two divisions, Protostomians and Deuterostomians. And these Protostomians again they are divided into subdivisions, three subdivisions. They mainly consisting of a Acylometa, Pseudocylometa and Schizocylometa. Here Deuterostomians consisting of only one subdivision, that is Enterocylometa. Now this is about the classification of the kingdom Animalia we are saying. Now we divided the kingdom Animalia into different divisions, different grades, all these things here. Now if you see the kingdom Animalia, first we have been divided the Animalia into two subkingdoms, Parazoa, Eumetazoa. Two subkingdoms we have been divided, subkingdoms, Parazoa, Eumetazoa, on the basis of the cellular organization. That means based on the presence of the cells here. Here always remember this thing, Parazoa, Eumetazoa, both are multicellular, both consisting of more than two cells here, but Parazoans always consisting of cellular level of organization. They consisting of cellular level of organization. That means here in the Parazoans cells are loosely arranged, hence they are consisting of what? Cellular level of organization. In the Eumetazoans they consisting of a tissue level of organization. Because cells are tightly arranged here, they consisting of a tissue level of organization. Here we are not dividing again Parazoa into different sectors. Again we for the Parazoans example we are taking, that is phylum Porifera. Phylum Porifera are the example. Poriferans always consisting of a sponges. Now tissue level of organization we includes the Eumetazoans. Now Eumetazoans which we are actually Eumetazoans again we are dividing into two grades. Here. These two grades are Radiata, Bilateria. On what basis we are dividing into grades now? On the basis of the symmetry. Okay, what is the symmetry now? Symmetry is the phenomena in which we are dividing the organism into two equal halves. Radiata, Bilateria. Name itself indicate Radiata always exhibits radial symmetry. Bilateria always exhibits bilateral symmetry. Very important point here, radiatans are always diploblastic organisms. Bilaterians are always triploblastic organisms. Triploblastic organisms. Here, as we know, radiata, name itself indicate, they exhibits a radial symmetry. Actually, what is radial symmetry? Radial symmetry, it means it is a phenomena in which we are dividing the organism into two equal halves by any plane passing through the central axis. That is a radial symmetry. Now, radiata is also diploblastic, we are saying. Diploblastic, it means what? Consisting of a two gem layers, that is ectoderm and endoderm. Example for the radiatans, always we are taking it as actually cnidarians. Phylum Cnidaria and phylum Ctenophora, both we are taking as examples of the radiatans. Then bilateria, again we are dividing the bilateria into two divisions on the basis of the formation of mouth. Actually, two divisions on the basis of formation of mouth or development of the blastoporia. Here what is happening? Bilateria, term itself indicate, bilateria exhibits always bilateral symmetry. What is bilateral symmetry? Bilateral symmetry, it means it is the phenomena in which we are dividing the organism into two equal halves by only one plane passing through the central axis. That is bilateral symmetry. It is triploblastic. Triploblastic, it means what? Term always indicate, triplo, it means three gem layers: ectoderm, endoderm, mesoderm. Now, bilateria we are dividing into protostomians, deuterostomians. Name itself indicate here, proto, it means before, stomium, it means mouth. In this protostomians, what is happening here actually? Here the blastopore which we had, it's the opening, blastopore is the opening which it develops into mouth first. Then anus is formed later. That's why proto, before, stomium, mouth. Mouth is found first in this organism, hence we are calling as a protostomians. Deuterostomians, it means what? Deutero, it means after. Stomium, it means mouth. That means in this organisms, what is happening here? Blastopore first develops into anus, then mouth is formed later, hence we are calling as a deuterostomians. Now, here on the basis of the coelom, formation of coelom, we are dividing the protostomians into what? On the basis of the coelom we are dividing the protostomians into what? Again, subdivisions, different subdivisions we are dividing, and here the subdivisions mainly consisting of what? Acoelomata, pseudocoelomata, cytocoelomata. What is coelom? Coelom is a body cavity which is present in between the visceral organs and then body wall. That is a coelom we are saying. Now, protostomians we are dividing into three subdivisions: acoelomata, pseudocoelomata, cytocoelomata. Name itself indicate acoelomates. That means in this organism coelom is absent. Example, phylum Platyhelminthes. Phylum Platyhelminthes. In these organisms we are seeing the solid body plan. Pseudocoelomata. The name itself indicates pseudo, it means false. That means in this organism coelom is present, but it is a false coelom. That means coelom is not lined by the mesodermal lining or else epithelial lining. That's why we are calling as a pseudocoelom or else false coelom. Example for this thing is phylum Nematoda. In the phylum Nematodons, we are seeing the pseudocoelomates. Roundworms, we are also calling them as a phylum Nematodons, we are calling as a roundworms. Phylum Platyhelminthes, we are calling as a flatworms. Then Schizocoelomata, it is a true coelom. Schizocoelomates, it means they are the true coeloms here. In this Schizocoelomata organism, schizocoelom is formed by the splitting of the mesoderm, by the formation of the mesodermal blocks here. Example for the Schizocoelomates we can take as a Annelida, Arthropoda and Mollusca. Phylum Annelida, phylum Arthropoda, phylum Mollusca. Three are the examples of what? Examples of the Schizocoelomata. Now, deuterostomians. Name itself indicates deutero, it means after. That means first in this organisms blastopore plus first develops into anus. Then later the mouth is formed here. Deuterostomians consisting of only one subdivision, that is the enterocoelomates. Name itself indicate enterocoelomates, it means which it is consisting of a enterocoelom. Same, it is also true coelom formed by the splitting of the mesoderm with the help of the mesodermal pouches. Right? Example for this thing we can take it as a Echinodermata and Hemichordata. Phylum Echinodermata and Hemichordata. Phylum Echinodermata and Hemichordata, both are the examples of the Enterocoelomata we are saying. This is all about the kingdom Animalia, classification of the kingdom Animalia, and in terms of the cleavage mainly, protostomians always consisting of a spiral determinate cleavage. That means cleavage, it means division of the blastocoria particularly, and deuterostomians consisting of a radial indeterminate cleavage. Indeterminate cleavage. This is about the kingdom Animalia here. We are dividing the kingdom Animalia into different subkingdoms, grades, divisions, subgrades with all the examples we got. If you observe one thing here, all the way which we had in the kingdom Animalia, we had all the things, whatever the examples, nearly 9 phylums we got in the examples. All the examples here, they are the invertebrates only we got here in the kingdom Animalia. From the first to last, phylum Porifera, Cnidaria, then Platyhelminthes, Nematoda, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, and Echinodermata, Hemichordata. All these things, most of them are the invertebrates. Invertebrates, it means they are the organisms in which vertebral column is absent. This is about the kingdom Animalia.